When you hear about a family business, it's easy to think of the mom and pop shop down the street, a small business. But the two are not always the same. With 35% of Fortune 500 companies being family businesses, in many ways they are the backbone of our economy. Family businesses generate 59% of the country's employment and account for 54% of U.S. gross domestic product. These include small and medium-sized companies, but also companies like Ford, Nike, Walmart, Dell, Mars, Marriott, and more. It's a unique experience to have things that are typically two separate worlds, family and business, be inextricably linked. These families' livelihoods depend on their abilities to resolve conflict and communicate well with each other. And because of this mixture of family dynamics, business, and ownership, family businesses are unlike any other. They have their own strengths and weaknesses, existing as an entity separate from non-family businesses. The main factors that separate family businesses are their greater longevity, succession, higher rates of employee retention, longer-term thinking, and greater involvement in their local communities. One of the most commonly cited statistics related to family businesses is the 3-generation rule. More than 30% of all family-owned businesses make the transition into the second generation. 12% will still be viable into the third generation, with only 3% of all family businesses operating at the fourth generation level and beyond. Shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 3 generations is the American proverb. In Italy, it's from the stable to the stars and back again. In Scotland, it's the father buys, the son builds, the grandchild sells, and his son begs. And while it may be a commonly held phrase across cultures, it's a misleading one. In actuality, family businesses on average outlast typical companies, and they often dominate the lists of the longest-lasting businesses in the world, while regular companies typically have a lifespan of 15 years, or not even 1 generation. But regardless of whether the 3-generation rule is a myth, many of the problems that family businesses run into relate to succession in one way or another. Oftentimes, the person in charge puts off succession planning, or they believe the issue can be settled without their involvement, resulting in a poorly managed succession transition, which opens up the stage for even greater problems. But there are issues to note even within planning for succession. There can be immense pressure put on future generations to continue the family business, resulting in a leader that is apathetic or unengaged. While in a typical company they would be fired, it becomes far more complex in a familial context. But what you'll also find in family businesses are the very things that contribute to their failure also contribute to their success. The emotions and soul behind the business that can lead to complications where a typical company would have little provides them with better employee retention rates and drive that is focused more on the long term rather than quarterly results. It's been said that family is the fire of entrepreneurship. Family businesses have the ultimate motivation. Many family business leaders do not want to hurt or destroy what they've built or inherited. These leaders have more of a focus on preserving and growing the company for the next generation. Because of this, family businesses have a tendency to think more about the long-term prosperity of a company versus the short term. While a CEO of a non-family business who may only be with the company for a few years is focused on short-term results and making their mark, they aren't really thinking about where the company will be 20 years from now. There is also typically a personal connection between family businesses and the communities they're situated in. Family businesses are more likely to be involved in their community, which can create a sense of local pride and customer loyalty. In a survey conducted with 571 family businesses across the country, they found that 82% donated funds to local charities or local chapters of national charities. Making up 54% of U.S. GDP and accounting for 59% of its workforce, family businesses are an often overlooked but essential part of our economy. In 2022, the bipartisan Congressional Family Business Caucus was formed to educate and inform policy decisions, as well as give family businesses of all sizes a leadership voice in Congress. They do this by connecting members of Congress with family businesses in their district or home state. By contacting your state representative and asking them to join the Congressional Family Business Caucus, you can help increase awareness around the issues family businesses face and educate on the vital business and livelihood they provide to their employees and communities. From local roots to national impact, family businesses are the true backbone of our economy.